So have people joined or no?
I all will wait a few minutes. Again, just wait for others to join in. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for joining our webinar on investing globally may be easier than you think. So today's webinar will be covering few things on what is global investing, what are some of the myths that it comes to, investing in the US markets, and we'll be sharing a spotlight on the opportunities that you can look into investing in the US markets. Along with, we'll be covering topics on ETF stocks and a little bit on taxation as well. We'll also be doing a product overview. Hi all, I'm Rohan. I'm going to be your host for the today morning. Along with me is Bhuvan, who is part of the wealth management team, who will be talking on the spotlight on opportunities in the US market. So to begin, uh, let's just start off with what is global investing, So global investing is nothing but investing in uh, a market beyond your home country. So, for example, as Indians, we usually invest, in the Nifty or the Sensex uh, through mutual funds, or we, invest in, for example, stocks like Reliance. We invest in stocks like BL, Bharat Electronics. But investing globally means like investing in companies that we use also day to day. For example, all of us watch Netflix. So investing in a stock like Netflix, investing, in a stock like Microsoft, some a product that we use, their product that we use almost on a day-to-day basis, Windows. So the next thing is why invest globally? Biggest reason is investing globally uh, gives you access to the world's largest market, a market cap of around 64 trillion US dollars, and you have access to companies that are not direct competitors to companies in India. For example, we don't have a equivalent company, for example, like a Nvidia in India. So you get access to companies that are not there, and they are the top companies in the entire world. And the last thing is that everybody knows is dollar appreciation, right? We have all seen dollar at a point when it was around 53 rupees, and today the dollar is around 86. So this is one of the reasons why people also invest is not you don't only get advantage on the stock appreciation, but you also make money in the dollar appreciation as well. So for example, if you would have invested around 10,000 rupees in Tesla 5 years ago, the value would be around 60,000 rupees as of today, as of sorry, June 30th. And you would have received this money with dollar appreciation also in mind, which is roughly around 504% returns. And the same if you would have invested in an Nvidia 5 years ago, you would have roughly made around 1.9 lakhs. That's around 1,800% returns. So these returns also include your stock appreciation plus your dollar appreciation as well. Now, when it comes to understanding few things like, okay, getting into global markets is going to be super expensive, or for example, it's costing a lot of money to invest in a US stock. But I'm here to break down these myths and tell you that it's not expensive to invest in the global markets. You can invest as low as $1. For example, let's just say a stock is costing $500. Now, a lot of us do not have $500 to invest in that one stock. What we can do is we can invest as low as $1. So you can buy a piece of the pie and
Fractions.
in fractions. The other thing is that you need to be an expert, in investing in global markets. But platforms such as ours, we have products such as stacks that we'll explain later on, where you don't need to be an expert in order for you to invest in US markets. You can also invest in companies that you use on a day-to-day basis. For example, a Netflix stock or an Amazon stock, where we, buy groceries or we buy products from. You can invest in these companies. And the last myth that we're trying to bust today is that your money is locked away, but it's not. The markets are liquid. You are able to buy and sell at the same time, and you're able to, withdraw the money as soon as possible as well. So there's no lock-in period or anything like that. Now I'll be handing over to Bhuvan, who's going to be talking more on our products and on the global investment spotlight and how easy it is for us Indians to, invest in US markets with stacks. Over to you, Bhuvan.
Thank you, Rohan. Hopefully I'm audible. Before I move on, I'm just gonna give a bit of background of what I do at Borderless. I'm in the wealth management team, so I'm directly in contact with clients, talking about their investment needs overseas. And we also, take care of about business development. Rohan here has, prepared us really good slides to actually catch up on, the things we do at Borderless. And I recently joined about a year ago, and it's been quite exciting. My background is in wealth management from Canada and overseas. I moved back to India to actually, make a difference basically, and give back to the country and making Indians enjoy global investing per se. So it's been really exciting. So before moving on to to the actual product, I just want to explain the whole idea of borderless. Why we are in this market, right? See, personally, I invest in the Indian market. 80%, 90% of my investments are in the Indian market. I believe the real opportunity is there. But as a good finance student, as a good wealth advisor, I believe also in risk diversification. I believe my money should also be part in the global economy, because hey, I want to hold an Nvidia stock. Look, it's a $4 trillion economy. I want to hold a Novo Nordisk stock. They've built Ozempic. So it's all so that last 10-15% of my money should also, in terms of risk profiling as well, in terms of risk diversification as well, I want that access to global markets. See, it wasn't easy before for Indians or anybody to, get direct access to the US stock exchange, but we have made that possible at a very low cost. Like it's actually a no-brainer to have some part of your portfolio allocated to these stocks, because hey, I want to hold an Apple stock too. I want to hold a Google stock as an Indian. I want to be I want these stocks to be part of my portfolio. So this is a real problem we have solved, and we have also solved an additional problem, attaching the investment account with actually a bank account, a foreign currency bank account. So I'll get to that before Rowan. Can you? Okay, I think I can. change the slides here. 1 second. Okay. Right. So first things first. We have so the platform itself is it's a very do it yourself. It's a self-serving platform. Hey, you want to build your own platform, we'll be there as a wealth, we'll have a RM too, a dedicated RM, a dedicated wealth advisor. If you have any questions, you can just, it's a one-to-one relationship, but it's mostly self-serving. You can, you have to do your research. We have tools available on the platform as well. You can build your own portfolio, but to make it easier for clients, we have curated some portfolios. It's You can say these are funds that we have, baskets of securities that we have collated together, and they are different. So one, for example, is an auto EV stack that we have created. So the main purpose for stacks, or these baskets that we have created, I'll get to the platform and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I just want to get through the slides and see. Basically, it's an easier thing. You can just, with one click, you can get access to a well balanced portfolio, and we have actually taken help from AMCs and third party AMCs and PMS firms who rebalance it for us. So it's also actively managed. Obviously, if anything is actively managed, it comes with a very low fee of 1%, which is industry standard. But this is the 1% fee is only for the stack itself. If you want to build your own basket, no fee at all, just brokerage. So, but this is for people who want the ease of mind, who want, an actively managed basket of securities that is rebalanced quarterly, and they want to, look at a sector, look at a thematic, or a sectoral or a strategy wise stack, which is sectoral or cyclical, which, changes with every quarter. So that's also possible. So these are theme based, single click, saves time, reduces risk. This is so one is building your own portfolio with access to whatever you want to build, and one is we have created stacks or funds for you which you want to add to your portfolio as well. Which and the benefit is them being actively managed. You don't have to worry about markets crashes like that. Um, can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. Yeah, these are just examples. We have a US tech solutions that is built by our Stockal research team. Then we have obviously partnered with other, like all Shift All Capital and things. OmniScience is one of them. These guys have helped us build a good good basket of stacks, and you can see the past 2 years. To be honest, I mean, you're looking at these numbers on the screen. Past 2 years have been great for an Indian investor investing in the US. I mean, you get the, I mean, the market has really done wonders for us, especially, our capital gains is only 12.5%. So if you hold it for more than 2 years, it's only 12.5%. So it's as opposed to an US investor investing in the US, those guys are getting the short end of the chopstick there. They're like 30%, 40%, even 50% capital gains tax. So being an Indian and investing in the global markets has never been tax efficient. I mean, we've got like 12.5% capital gains. So although it's long term, more than 2 years, but that is great. But yeah, looking at these numbers, this is the CAGR, and we haven't really incorporated the USD appreciation. So when you actually invest in the US markets, right, you buy USD and then use that USD to invest in the stocks. So that USD is increased, the stock price has increased, but let's say your INR based return has also increased, which is have to add the 4% to every year to this figure. So that is also exciting. So I have some clients who've actually doubled their money in 3 years. I know it's just an example for the past 2 and 3 years. Right now is also a good time because the markets have really been through the slump, and it's a good time to buy. We'll get to that. We don't want to give too much investment advice on the webinar here. It's just an introduction to the platform, and you know I believe you guys are seasoned investors, as all Indians are. But yeah, let's move on to the next. Yeah. Um, Pretty sure you guys have heard about ETFs. These are basically the mutual funds of the American stock market. Not really mutual funds, but it's like a basket of funds. But it's basically like that. Most people want to invest in ETFs. Why they want to invest in ETFs? Three things. It's very risk efficient. I mean, you get to with one click, you can get access to a bad multiple stocks, so you don't have to worry about uh, risking your investment with one volatile stock. So basically, you're spreading your money out. Second, it's very tax efficient. So when it comes to crypto ETFs, right? Cryptocurrency recently in the Indian budget, they have kind of sidelined the cryptocurrency asset. The capital gains for that it's been increased to 30%, and it's basically they've sidelined that digital asset. But if you invest in a cryptocurrency through an ETF, then it's an ETF asset. It's not a digital asset. You're just buying. So you basically uh, you're taking the other route to get access to the cryptocurrency, but you're not actually buying the crypto itself. You're just buying the ETF, and that will be taxed at the ETF rate, which is above long-term tax rate above 2 years. So which is also good, and you can also get access to gold ETFs. Why a gold ETF? Hey, I can buy gold in India, right? Hey, if you buy gold in USD, you get the extra dollar appreciation on top as well. So that's also one of the reasons. Third, it's easy. You can go to any stock screener. It's very convenient. You don't have to play, do the math and build your own portfolio. Things have already been done for you, thematically, sectorally. So you can. I personally believe in ETFs, but I also want to hold major companies as well. So that's one of my, and I'm a long-term investor. Some people want to actively trade. That's also possible on the platform. Not really day trading, but uh, actively trading, like every other day, or just buy today, sell tomorrow, things like that. Day trading as an Indian is prohibited in foreign markets through our platform. So, and also no futures and options also. So SEBI has ruled out any future and options trading on foreign markets. So you can't do that, which is also, I think it's, we'll be safer on the safer side, not doing future and options. I think the best strategy is investing for the future, and holding your investments. But yeah, you're welcome to actively trade as well. Um, let's move on to the next. Yeah, these are just some, how ETFs have gained traction. I don't want to, wire your brain up with numbers. It's just to show what ETFs have been doing in the US market, right? They have really gained traction because it just makes sense. With just one investment, you can get a whole basket of assets and thematically whatever. And these are like the tens of thousands of ETFs all in the market. So those are available on the Borderless platform as well. So yeah, part of these are some examples. Vanguard is pretty good. iShares is pretty good. There's one called Triple Q, where you can get access to all the tech stocks, AI stocks, and with just one click. So it's also that has given me a lot of returns. So I'm just um, giving you an example. But investment advice is going to be later when you actually guys come on the platform, and then we can have a chat on what your strategy would be. So yeah, these are some examples of the type of stocks you can filter out. We already spoke about cryptocurrency, international exposure as well. um, Smart beta ETFs are basically alternative, basically going against the market. You can say contra strategies that are used. Okay, what I really want to do, these are just slides. I really want to share my screen and actually show you the platform, because I think that would be better in terms of, I mean, the US market right now, before we, share the US market right now, See, it's been resilient, I would say. There's a lot of, I mean, the assets that the US market represents, i- it's going nowhere. I mean, people become pessimistic about, Trump being elected and things going downhill. But if you actually look at the asset itself, right, the technology that they possess and the global exposure that these assets have, um, it's kind of hard to beat. So it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay as is. The markets are being resilient, I would say. Those weekly volatility is, it's just that's actually a good time to buy as well. Right now, what Elon Musk and the whole fiasco with him running for Tesla went down, right? So I told my clients to actually buy Tesla because Tesla's moving to India now, so it's you have to balance things out and see because money itself you have to look at the business and what cash flow they're generating, and the business is strong for I mean look at Nvidia. These guys hold the edge of the graphic cards and the semiconductors and things like that. Uh, that's nowhere to be found, right? So you have to get access to these companies, and the whole positive long because the domino effect of these technologies and sorry things like that actually help with you know uh, bringing out the whole market in the future. So I am very optimistic, but I also want to say that the US is just one market. Our strategy, our focus at Borderless is providing Indians to the whole world. So US is just one market. So I'll get to what we are planning in the future ahead. So while I show you the platform. Okay, yeah. Just I don't want to bugger you with numbers. These are just good numbers, and I believe Monster is one of the hidden gems actually. Monster beverage. Uh, Past 5 years, it's done really good. Not many people buy Monster beverage, trust me. Nvidia is good. Amazon's good as well. I'm sure you guys know pretty much what things we are leading to. Okay. Yeah, Ron, if I can share my screen before moving on to the tax implications.
You can share your screen, Bhuvan. I've given you access.
Can you? All right. Oh, okay. I might have to rejoin 1 second. Right. All right. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right, guys. So this is the platform. You go through the Borderless website. Let's just show you. So you log in from here. We also have an app you can use your phone app as well, iOS and Android. But we're just gonna look at the desktop version today. Right. Sorry, pardon my internet, please. Okay. So this is the dashboard, right? You go in. I haven't. This is my test profile, so I haven't put in money here. But this is just to showcase to people what the platform is actually. So this is the dashboard. You can see popular ETFs and stocks on the platform. What people are actually buying. QBTS, Tesla, Nvidia is actually very popular right now. Robinhood is popular. IBIT is good for the ETF. Then we can also show you 52-week high and 52-week lows. Stock of the day, there's a lot of, you can add things to your watch list, things like that. Let's just open a stock right now. Let's do Tesla, or I'll show you the ETF as well. So basically you go, it's very DIY. Okay, you want to buy a stock, you go, okay, and then you buy market order. You can also place limit orders. You can place market if touch stop orders, things like that would, help you with your investment strategy. And you can also trade pre and post market. So if you switch it on, you can add your order on entering your quantity. So let's just say, see, right now, as I was saying, 1 week, right? Happened here. People, my clients bought it here, and see what's happening in Tesla now. So it's always, never worry about the volatility like that. It's day to day. People get, really emotionally charged to, take away their investment. So that's not really a good strategy. So that's what we try to see. Always focus on the long term, focus on the asset, focus on the business, which always, brings in good results. So let's look at the triple Q ETF. It's one of the best ETFs that I also invest in. See, if you look at the ETF, right, again, the same thing. You can see how the asset has been performing, and then you can look at the holdings. So Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Broadcom, Amazon, Meta, Google, all these in just one basket, right? So that's why it's always best to, get access to the whole thing with just one investment. Let's say you put in $10,000 or $1,000, which is you just invest $1,000 into this ETF, you will have the access to all these stocks. So that's why I'm a very pro ETF guy. I always want to invest in ETFs. So that's why it's a no-brainer for me. And then you can also look at themes here. There's a thematic filter as well on our platform. I'll show you. So these are the individual stacks and stocks you can hold as any other platform. And I think 95 to 98% of everything traded on New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ is listed on this platform. Now let's look at the curated portfolios that our team and the asset management companies we have partnered with have created. This is the all-weather one. Uh, this is a stack, so it's rebalanced every 4 months, every 3 months, sorry, and it's rebalanced according to industry cycles. So let's say later in the year, retail is booming, so they rebalance into retail because of Christmas and the holiday season, things like that. So the alpha they have, they have generated quite a few good alpha in the past months, and it's always a good. This is one of the higher end stacks, so minimum investment is $10,000. But we also have lower end stacks as well that don't have any higher, like the Bayford Capital one is only $1,000. The Auto EV one minimum investment is so if you can look at the Auto EV one, it's pretty good. You can just have access to all these companies that are producing some lithium ion batteries and uh, car manufacturers, things like that. And you can look at the holdings as well. It's 0.25% quarterly fee. So that's 1% annually, which is 1% of the total market value, which is kind of the lower end of the industry standard for any actively managed portfolio. So it's actually a good way to get access to an actively managed portfolio through this. And it's a very lower end. In terms of pricing, we have, Stockal prices. I think we haven't touched upon pricing as well. So brokerage fee is as low as 5 cents if you go for the basic plan, 5 cents per share, which is nothing, to be honest. 5 cents, let's say you want to buy three Google stocks, right? Let's say you have $1,000 to invest and you buy three Google stocks. So $1,000 is going to get you 2.5 Google stocks, three Google stocks. That will amount to only 15 cents in brokerage fee, which is nothing. Hey, but if you are a active trader, you want more orders per day or you want more orders per week, we suggest going for the premium plan, which is you have to pay one-time fee of annual fee of 9,999 rupees INR, which is nothing in terms of the money you'll save, uh, on the brokerage fees because you're an active trader. But that's only we suggest for active trading. If you're a normal buy and hold kind of guy or a gal, you just go for the basic plan. And it's the lowest in the market, lowest in the industry, our lowest brokerage fee in the industry, and you also get other perks as well. So that's the only fee I would say that you have to care about. There's no hidden charges. It's only the brokerage fees that you have to care about. Also, right. So you can also explore through investment themes as well. Um, See, you want to go through banking services stocks, right? You want to look at that. So basically we help you out with search as well, but I would also suggest going for a third party stock screener as well, like MarketWatch or Finviz, to actually do your research. But we also do help you out with, spotting the right stock with all these data points and things like that. We're also going to be introducing a newsletter embedded in the platform, and given that, it's going to help you out a lot more. So also just a segue to our strategy as a company, helping Indians, NRIs, non-US Americans uh, to invest in the global markets, right? So right now our platform is US centric. Everything is available that on the NYSE, NASDAQ is available on the platform. But in the next 2 quarters, we are actually going to be using a gift city license. So we have actually got a license in gift city now, and we're going to become primary brokers, and we're going to introduce 23 more markets on the same platform, embedded in the same platform, right? So you'll have Japan, Germany, Shanghai. So you can just choose between things you want to hold. One of my clients actually wanted to hold Novo Nordisk. This company is the company that built Ozempic, the drug, the weight loss drug, and they've been minting money. But there's no way to hold Novo Nordisk because it doesn't trade on the US uh, platform, so a US stock exchange. So it actually trades on the Danish stock exchange. So that Danish stock exchange is also going to be included in the platform. So 23 more markets. So going borderless, and you can just look at the best asset classes all across the world and build a portfolio here, or help you build a portfolio as well. So that also brings me to another uh, service that we provide is a multi-currency bank account. Right. Why do we have a multi-currency bank account? Let's say you invest in the global markets in USD, right? Now you want to bring some money back to India, or but you don't want to convert it to INR. You have travel plans, or you have a son or a child or a daughter going abroad to study. You want to keep it in USD. So we have actually launched a multi-currency bank account that's going to be married to your stock exchange brokerage account, basically integrated with your exchange account. So let's say you sell let's say you have a trip coming up and you want $2,000 worth of money to yourself. You sell $2,000 worth of stocks, you transfer it over to this multi-currency account. Let's say you're going to Canada, right? Using the Google exchange rates, you can convert some of that money or the whole whatever you want into that Canadian. So it's a multi-currency account. Six currencies now, but I think we're going to introduce six more in the next month. But these are the major ones. You have USD, pound, Singapore, Canadian dollar, euro, Australian dollar, and you can, convert on the go, keep multiple currencies together. Next 2 quarters, we're gonna give you a debit card directly linked to this account. So you'll be truly global. So you can just use money. Let's say you're going to Japan and you want to have some money with you. Don't need to get all these high fees forex cards. Just get some US, sell some shares, get money here, convert it into the yen, and then go and spend your way in. So that's basically the idea behind being borderless, right? That's the vision. And we have really, done all it's a very hard, complex thing to do because you're working with so many jurisdictions. It's really hard to get those licenses, but our team has prevailed and got those licenses actually to make it easier, your lives easier. So I think we did solve a very, 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 very complex problem here. And a lot of, especially Indians, we are borderless right now. I mean, we're going abroad to study, we're going abroad to work, traveling a lot. We have businesses abroad, so you can pay your supplier, things like that. So it's essentially that fintech infrastructure. We have got it global. So, and it's actually need of the hour as well. So how, given how the Indian growth story is, we as Indians need this kind of access to the markets and the ability to save in multiple currencies because we need those currencies, right? Before, I mean, the platform's pretty straightforward. The multi-currency account is straightforward. We'll open the floor up for questions, but I hope I kind of gave you an overview of what we actually offer. I just before I end speaking because I think I've been speaking a lot. Um, Ron, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, Bhuvan.
Can I see the tax implication slide?
Sure, I'm just sharing my screen. Yeah.
Right. So what are the tax implications as an Indian investor, right? Um, so India and the US have a dual tax avoidance treaty. So basically, you don't have to pay double tax in the US. So you're not taxed in the US. That's the end of the answer. So let's give you an example, right? Let's say you invest in the market, you sell before 2 years, right? Before you buy an asset, you sell it before 2 years. That's going to be considered a short-term tax, short-term capital gains tax, because 2 years is where they draw the line. So the short-term capital gains is going to be on your income level, your income slab rate in India. No tax is going to be charged to you in the US. So we have all the W8 Ben and things like that, all the tax forms, everything is generated automatically on our platform. So you don't have to worry about things like that. Just download those forms, give it to your accountant, or if you do your own taxes, you can see it for yourself. So if it's more than 2 years, then it's long-term capital gains tax. That's 12.5%. Lowest in the whole, like one of the lowest in the whole world. So I think as investing in the global markets and the Indian is actually pretty exciting because trust me, I've lived in Canada. Oh my God, the capital gains they charge is atrocious. It's really bad. So 12.5% is going to be the long term for but there is one caveat here. Um, if you invest in a dividend paying stock, right? So in the US, any dividend that comes in is going to be they're going to charge a 25 to 35%. It's the tax has already been cut. that comes into this, your brokerage account, because they tax the dividend at the source. So that dividend, that tax you've already paid in the US, right? So the form that's going to be generated, and you can actually use that against your Indian tax liability. Hey, I've paid that tax in the dividend market, sorry, in dividend there, and you can adjust it into your tax liability here. So then you don't have to pay it again. So basically, you get that extra tax credits, so that, because you've paid the dividends tax there. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Everything on a platform is automatically generated. You don't have just have to download these forms. The dividend's going to be adjusted in your Indian tax liability. Else is going to be paid according to your Indian regime. Nothing to be worried about in the US. They don't, because you're not a US resident, you don't have to pay any taxes there. Pretty much straightforward. It's not been an issue for our clients because, first thing, you also have one-to-one relationship with us. So any problem, any questions, we actually share WhatsApp, so it's going to be connected with WhatsApp as well, and we'll happy to help whatever things you have in your investment journey. Um, yeah, getting started is pretty easy. We have a digital KYC or a manual KYC. Digital KYC is only 5 minutes with your Aadhaar and PAN through DigiLocker. Your account will be opened. So pretty straightforward. Manual, if you don't have DigiLocker, just send us your PAN and Aadhaar. Someone at our back end will verify things and then open the account for you. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing, no complex things like that. It's just MCQs on the KYC document. And we also want to know your risk profile as well. So make sure you answer those correctly, because we want to see what is good for you as well. So yeah, risk profiling is also pretty straightforward. Things like that. Trading hours, as I said, extended hours is allowed. It's not like you have to be on the market during the US market hours, which are 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. You can do pre-market and post-market as well, and there's no extra charge for that. So you can just do whatever you want with whatever orders you want to place. Great. I'm gonna open the floor for question Q&A. We have our operations associate here, Arnold, as well. So we'll be happy to answer any questions if you have. Thank you so much.
So Bhuvan, we've received few questions. I'll just mention them. How are these ETFs regulated? I guess that's the question. QQQ.
They are regulated as per FINRA and SEC, so Securities Exchange Committee and FINRA. Uh, so that's what are the regulatory bodies in the US. And they are regulated the same way as any stock or a company is. These are created by your, like, in QQQ is created by Invesco, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so these are, I mean, in terms of the asset basket of the assets inside Triple Q, it's the stock itself, right? And regulation in terms of, so the ETF is built by an AMC, and the AMC is regulated by SEC and FINRA, so they have to adhere to all these um, questions and things like that by the regulatory body. So it's the same as stocks and any kind of asset that is exchanged publicly. So you don't have to worry about any kind of, you know. It's also, you have to look at the popularity of the ETF as well. I'm sure there are many ETFs around there. So you have to look at, what company's offering is, which company actually built it. If that's your question is, you also have to, yeah, that's a valid question in terms of pinpointing a good ETF. You have to look at the AMC that manages it. You have to look at the popularity behind it, and I'm sure the basket of shares in it as well. So that's a good way to, good strategy to pinpoint a good ETF as well. Yeah.
There's a question, Bhuvan. We have received a DBS bank account from Singapore, but need a US bank account. Is it possible to get a US bank account with us?
All right. So Here's the finance infrastructure behind what we do, right? The investment platform is our broker partner right now is Drive Wealth, and the investment account through on the Stockal platform is custodized by JP Morgan. So JP Morgan is the account hold, like the account, that's where the ledger is. That's they hold the account in your name. That's the custodian, and Drive Wealth is our partner. Let's move on to the multi-currency account. So multi-currency account, we have a partner with DBS Bank Singapore. So Singapore is so that account will be held in DBS Bank Singapore. Your question is, can we open a US bank account? Yes, you can if you travel there, or if you have a son going or a daughter going there, just go there and open a US bank account. But it's not going to be through us. We only offer two things. We also offer a payment platform, but that's another topic. But yeah, investment and savings. So investment through Stockal and savings through the multi-currency bank account, which is held at DBS Bank, Singapore. And yeah, you can move money back and forth between the US bank account and the DBS, your multi-currency bank account. So you can also do that. So yeah, it's basically a foreign account.
Bhuvan, we have another question that talks about what's your opinion about SEC and SEBI regulation and contrast with Indian ADR?
Sorry?
Your opinion on the SEC and SEBI regulation and contrast with Indian ADR.
Indian ADRs, okay. Um, See, SEC, given the US equity market is 70% of the whole world, in terms of market cap, I think SEC and FINRA are pretty much, they are at the cutting edge of regulations. I think SEBI actually follows what SEC does. I mean, the framework has been laid down by SEC and FINRA. SEBI, the Indian story is kind of different, but the fintech infrastructure, the finance infrastructure has been quite the same with the US. Indian ADRs, there's only a few. I think Tata is there on the US market. But I would not look at ADRs. I mean, if you're sitting in India, you can just invest in an Indian market, Indian company through just the Indian exchange. I'm more concerned about things you cannot get access to, which is you know these stocks like Nvidia and things like that. I hope that I answered your question because I believe SEBI is also pretty good right now. The things that I'm hearing, it's the investor protection. The thing they did with Jane Street right now, which was also pretty good. They actually banned them because they thought they were, you know, not really in the good interests of the Indian investors. Actually, they stole some money, thing like that. I don't want to get into that, but I am a big fan of SEBI, to be honest. They're pretty good.
Any other questions?
My account still shows send money to investment account, send money, etc. as upcoming. Oh, you mean no? So that is live now. Ankur, did you open an account recently, or was it an old account? You've already started investing with that account. Deducted at source. No. So for any stocks and ETFs or any asset class that are held in on the US stock exchange, it's not deducted at source. Only for dividends is it deducted at source. Everything else gonna be in your resident country, your resident country tax regime. And yeah, what if the country of tax is percent lesser than the US? Yes, India is capital gains is lesser than the US's capital gains. So no problem at all. No, nothing at all. So let's say you invested $1,000, your money increased to three. after 2 years. You sold it after 2 years. It's 1,300 now. Your capital gains is 300, and 12.5% will be charged. Okay, so Ankur, have you actually funded the account? Yes, so you can so Ankur, here's what I'll I'll explain what you have to do. So you go to your Stockal brokerage account, right? Just look at the beneficiary details of your account, the JP Morgan account, and then use those beneficiary details, input it into your multi-currency account, and send it money from there. You'll be able to do that. So we just went live. The integration went live, so you'll be able to fund your account using the multi-currency bank account. Okay, Ankur, here's what I'll do. Let's, I mean, let's, connect on WhatsApp maybe. Rohan, is there a way we can,
I'll
uh,
share the details.
okay,
I'll
yeah,
get in touch with Ankur. I'll pass his details along to you.
sure, sure. I'll happy to help you out, Ankur. I think, just some doubts that you have to clear. If you have that the integration is live now, you'll be able to do that, of course. And how many participants now? We have opened around 150,000 accounts. Out of those, around 20,000 have been actively investing. So our AUM is $300 million right now. So we actually manage $300 million worth of money. Past 5 years, transactions have amounted to $2 billion. We've actually got another round of funding as well. So it's on the growing trajectory right now. A lot of interest from people because we're solving real problems, right? So 300
So
million AUM
yeah,
is.
so just to reiterate what Bhuvan was talking about earlier, a multi-currency account, you can just open it with your Indian passport. So you don't require any foreign visa, no foreign social security number, just your Indian passport, and you can save up to 6 currencies. Uh, if you have any additional queries after the webinar, please reach out to customer success at stockal.com, or you can send me an email at rowan@stockal.com, and I can, connect you to Bhuvan, who can help you, get started with global investing.
I think there's another
Any
question.
other questions? We'll be happy to answer them now.
Yeah, so see, Ankur, crypto purchase right now, the Indian gov, the last budget, right? They've really sidelined digital assets. So we had plans to actually onboard a crypto wallet on our platform, but I mean they have really kind of sidelined the crypto asset in itself. So there are no current plans to invest to get crypto wallet onboarded to the platform. I mean, you can use other companies right now to directly invest, but I would suggest just using an ETF. If you really want the price differential, you want to gain on that, use an ETF to because it's very tax efficient. If you directly invest in a cryptocurrency, then they're going to charge you 30% capital gain. So it's better to be charged 12.5 or your income tax rate than 30%. If you buy crypto using our money account, is that allowed? Yeah, you can send money wherever in the world from your money account, but it should be in your name, the money, the crypto wallet. You can send money wherever in the world, but it should be in your name right now. So later on, 2 quarters later, third party transfers are also going to be allowed. So you'll be able to send money to a third party supplier as well. Any Any more questions? And I know it's a Saturday morning. I'm pretty charged now. The weekend is great.
So, Bhuvan, do you have any thoughts about the Coinbase stock? So that's one of the questions.
I tend not to divulge into talking specifically about stocks right now. But if we can set up a one-to-one relationship, then I'll be more than happy to give my investment advice. It's not, I don't really try to do it in a public forum. Tend not to do it. I think I'm taking the easy way out, but yeah. Great. If they're not any other questions, I'll be happy to, get connected to you guys, and we can chat further and discuss strategies and things like that, and help you get borderless. So that's the key word.
Any other questions?
Great. Then we can wrap it
Uh,
up. I
yeah.
don't.
Thank you all for joining. It's been a great pleasure hosting you in the morning. Have a beautiful day and a great weekend ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.